Like I say, I don't memorize these things. I just work them through. Every time I look at a chart and I get to the Venus issue, I'll work through the Venus issue. And then the Mercury issue. But because I've done it with my own, and really I've done it with everyone, I've been teaching these classes for 40 years, going over this again and again, it's established my roots or foundations in astrology and allowed me to be very centered and work with it well. Many people don't take the time to do this. They know it, they go talking about words, but they don't tune into the energy. So astrology is not, in psychology you say, well, astrology is a symbol of your relation. It's not the symbol, it's the DNA, it's the very structure of your behavior, of your life. It's the texture of how you experience the life, the universe, and everything. So it's more than a symbol. So we start looking at, we learn the symbol, the symbols are for the symbol-minded. But it's not that you can't get great symbolical insights, but there's a place where it walks into reality more than the symbol. You can go to a psychologist for years with a symbol, over symbols, over complexes, but boy, if you're happy or not happy, if you've got a complex because you're not happy or you're rejected, you can go to therapists forever and stay there forever, but you can try and work to try and change what you want and evolve it. You know, like, what's the worst disease in the world? A heartbreak. You know, the heart, you break my arm, shoot me, don't break my heart. You know, but the heart is really the love, the sun, the radiance. But the Venus is, the heart's got to be nice. It's got to be something I like. It's the radiance. And when you're happy and you're in love, you share, you give away things, you throw away your money, and money comes. It's really easy. As soon as you get negative about it, boy, I'm not happy. I'm missing someone. I'm not happy. It becomes harder to make money, harder to share, and the Venus gets all closed off, and often it comes much more negative. And the challenge is to be a little more sharing, or just to make room for some beauty. Not always just for yourself. Sometimes more for others. Okay, so when we get to the next category of daylight is greater and nighttime is greater, it's not the momentum towards. When we looked at this before, was the momentum towards I want to be more free. I want to make more choices for myself. That's the Capricorn, Aquarius, Pisces, Aries, Taurus, Gemini. I want to belong more. I want to do things with you. I want you to be part of my life. I want to share. That's the nighttime increasing. That's the wanting to be, the trying to move in that, the wanting to move in that direction, and being satisfied when one is, or discontent when one's not. When you're looking at the daylight is greater and the darkness is greater, it's a blatant statement. I'm more independent, I'm me, the we, us. The group, the responsibility, I want to be part of the team. My values are tied up to the group, to the team, to belonging, to responsibility, to sharing, to doing things with others. And the daylight is greater. I do what I want. I don't care if you want. I like what I'm doing. You can catch up with me or not. You're lucky if you get me. It's a very different attitude. So you can think you're the most wonderful person, or I have the things I want, or I need the things I wanted. That's the daylight and greater. It doesn't matter about other people. This is what I need. But it doesn't mean that that person can charm to want to be with someone and charm, but they're charming. This is my style. That I'm charming, and if I charm like this, I'll get what I want. And you're with me because I'm obviously nice enough to be liked, to be wanted. Okay, ta-da, here I am, the charming. But when you have someone that's more socially sophisticated, you have the nighttime is greater, the Libra, the Scorpio, Sag, Capricorn, of course, Pisces, they want to feel value in terms of others. They want feedback. We're part of the team. We belong. We share. Are we good enough? Do you like me? Do you like me so far? Don't you like me? What? How come I have to put up with people that don't like it? It's more social, functional, and there's more responsibilities around it. So Venus is definitely, well, it can be indulgent in either side, but the independence and doing one's own thing and getting what you want and indulging what you want, that's the I, me. The indulging to be with others, to share with others, it's, boy, if you ever, I try to do fasts, right? But it's difficult to do. It's hard to be social if you're doing fasts. When I do a fast, if I go to, every time you go anybody's place, they're eating, there's snacking, there's food around. Whoa. So the more you do something personal, the more, like fasting, the more you don't want to be around when everybody's indulging, because it's a temptation to take you off of what you want, especially when you're trying to do without what you want, like in a fast. But the motivation, wanting to be part of a team, the group, wanting to share. My Venus is in Sag. I mean, I've traveled around the world and met people from all different cultures, but I always loved philosophy, understanding, and spiritual things from different cultures, even before I knew that was what I wanted. But I often run into a lot of misunderstandings and wrong understandings from wrong beliefs and injustice in teams and things not being fair, and there's always been nerves that hit me. And I end up being very judgmental. If I watch a sports game and there's a referee makes a bad call, it really bothers me. That's my Venus. I get hopeless, or I get angry, I get pulled into that because something in the team thing, which I'm really enjoying, wasn't fair. Well, someone on the other side could feel that too, but they're really going through their thing. They're a little more self-centered in that, and they wouldn't make such a strong, they could judge it, but then they get on with something else. So there's many ways this can go. This will fluctuate as it depends what part of the chart is above or below or rising, but we're looking at the attitudes to the Venus. So if you have a kid that's autistic and they're afraid to project out, it takes a while to build up their self-worth in a couple of things where they can feel, I'm okay, I can project a little bit, I don't have to be afraid outside. You know, and then you can build up the confidence. Singing does it, playing an instrument, painting, drawing, all these things, learning to play so that you like what you did. Hey mom, look at me. Hey mom, watch me. Hey mom, watch me. Hey honey, wasn't I good for you? Hey honey, don't you love me? Our play as a kid, like what we're doing is Mars, how we're measuring it, how we're being satisfied, that's Venus. So, okay, so the main process here is you take yours and you work it, and it's a personal thing. And you start saying, is it more this way or that way? And you'll start getting the images that work for you, because I can take the images that work for me and we can see my chart and work it. But that's not going to necessarily be anything that resonates with you at first. You have to find your piece in this. And you can't memorize this. It's just being daylight is greater, nighttime is greater, more independent, or not. But you'll see that you want to be that. You want to be that darkness is greater. You want to belong more. You want to be appreciated by others. You want to be part of the team. You know, so for me, when I was a kid, I wasn't allowed to sing. That was a huge rejection. And it affected my social behavior. When I went to play, we moved when I was a teenager, when I moved from that school to one, and I wanted to play sports, the history teacher which I wasn't good at, my history teacher was my gym teacher, and he wouldn't let me play sports with the bigger guys. He wanted the bigger team, but he would punish me from the history class, make things hard for me, and as a reason for why he wouldn't want me on the team. So it was, I had to go to other schools or other places to be able to play sports. So that created this associate thing. So like the Venus was in a rejection mode. I'm not getting what I want. How do I get like it built up into disassociative factors. So mine was coming from in Sag in a social factor. The darkness is greater, but I wasn't fitting in. I was feeling rejected about it, and I had an antisocial reaction and judgment and evaluation. Someone might have had it in Gemini or something. They don't fit in. I don't want to do that. They don't want me to, okay, I'll do something else. They could be rejected the same way and not interpret the same way at all. Okay, but our values affect the way we think and how we live. So what makes an artist, what makes a businessman, what makes a mother enjoy the motherness, or what makes someone go out to work or do other this. Like I said, there's thousands of decisions we make every day, and that's all Venus. If we change one or two, we evolve our values. They're always changing, what you like, what you don't like. You know, some people get stuck on having 5 or 10 Cokes a day. Sometimes people get just disgusted by sugar. But it takes time to evolve that. But when you're discontent and you're not happy, if you're with somebody and you're not happy, you can't fake it. This is a storm. It's not a simple thing. It's a powerful force that will affect the way you think, how you feel. Whew. It can be really extremely dark, or it can be something one goes through, a phase one goes through. So Venus is sensitive and easily challenged, but Do we get more, of all the things we do we get more contentment than not? Or how hard do you have to work for what you get? Why should I have to work? Shouldn't it just come to me because I'm beautiful or handsome? It would be easy to spend 2 or 3 months just talking about Venus, making it more personal, taking each person's story and working it. But in our format, it's just touching the surface and doing. With your worksheets, you're tapping it deeper and you're anchoring it more. But you'll be learning, you'll be watching. Everybody teaches you, you learn about people's Venus as you look at everybody's chart. So we can know these things, but you can't just say, oh, you're like this. You can say, well, this implies you're supposed to be more independent. What do you want to do? How do you like that? You can ask people questions and they'll tell you right away all the things they like and the things they don't like. So this freedom and responsibility, this daylight is greater, and do my own thing. I want to be free. I want to belong. I don't want to be alone. I don't want to be so free. I want to be with people. This helps. This is a strong factor in how we make our choices. So then when we get to the 4 seasons, we have the daylight increasing, winter, daylight is increasing, nighttime, darkness is still greater. So we want to be free. We want to be trying to get more free. But there's so many other people to be concerned with and involved with. We have to share with other people, help with other people before we get my own thing. So you're caught in a social situation or social concerns. A little bit you're caught in the peer pressure, what other people are thinking, more than just getting your own thing. So your things get delayed a little bit. They come more as one gets older. So that's the Venus in Capricorn, Aquarius, and Pisces. In Aries, Taurus, and Gemini, it's very blatant. This is what I want. I'm getting it. Nothing else would do. Ta-da, here I am. It's very blatant without much reflection. In Cancer, the nighttime's increasing, so there's a need to belong or to have some sensitive things or collect some things, which collects responsibilities, but it's got to be my way, my home that I want, my kids that I want, the work I want to do. It's still self-centered, but it's wanting to belong or have self-centered about the things I have or the people I'm with. But when you get to the Libra, the nighttime is increasing and nighttime is greater. You really have the most social people who want to belong and want to share, want to be part of. Don't you like me so far? It's important. Their evaluation process is really tied in to other people and to fitting in, belonging, to being loved, to sharing. And doesn't mean these people can't be alone, but they won't be that content being alone. But it might be better than being hurt in a problem situation. But how we choose what we want, how we choose who we want, whether if you're trying to choose a partner, do you want someone you have to be able to do things with the person, you want to be free, have a little independence, or do you want to be able to, we got to be able to part of this group, we got part of this team, we got to work together, we got to take care of things together. That's the darker, the fall and the winter side more. But they can all make similar choices, do the same things as you're looking at it, but for different reasons. So by the time we hit midlife, our Venus starts, how valuable are you? I can't be 20 anymore. Even at 30, even at Saturn return, we're still feeling older. What do I want? I don't want that anymore. I want some of it. I don't want some of it. There's always pressure on Venus. It gets more critical at certain times in our life, and it resolves at certain times in life. But Venus is a very demanding planet. I want this, I like this, I'm not content with this, I gotta have this, I can't put up with this. That voice is always going on. That was good, that wasn't good enough. Whew. So once you get those two attitudes set, then you see the masculine and feminine. If your Venus is in the masculine sign, you're going to project what you want. Ta-da, here I am, I'm too sexy for my hat. Don't you love that? What do you think about that? What do you think about me? Hi there. Hey, beautiful, how you doing? But it's designed to get my attention. Like this, spring and summer would do it. The Libra, Sag, and Aquarius, they're still going to be socially active and rejecting what they want. These are all the signs that will pick up the daylight increasing, nights increasing, daylight greater, nights greater. Pick up that attitude and then project it and have to go for what one wants, make it happen. They're going to project their self-worth and their values. They're not going to wait on it. They're not going to reflect on it. They're not going to measure so much on it. I'm doing it. Here I am. I did this. I'm here.